As we get further into the journey of lucid dreaming and the out-of-body experience, it becomes more important to have an honest conversation about belief systems and the role they play in our consciousness development and our consciousness exploration. Everybody has belief systems and everyone has protocols that they follow. Priests do, scientists do, other people on YouTube do, our family does. And what these belief systems and protocols and traditions do are provide a way for passing on knowledge or ways of gaining knowledge on to the next generation. Indeed, that's what religion does, that's what spirituality does, that's what science does. And I think everyone has the best intention in mind. But if you think about the various belief systems that are out there, you might notice that there's some big differences and also that there are very few changes over the generations. For example, in Christianity, you might say that in the non-physical state or the afterlife state, you have heaven and hell. In Catholicism, you have heaven and hell and purgatory. In Southeast Buddhism, you have several different kinds of hell and heaven. And in shamanism, you have not only the middle realm, which is where we are now, but the upper realm and the lower realm where people journey to. And other traditions have other areas that people can go to in the non-physical state. Indeed, even in the out-of-body experience community, there are certain belief systems. Some people say that there's just the astral realm, or that the astral realm is just the first of the realms when we're non-physical, and that there are other realms beyond that. So there are even limitations in this newer tradition of the out-of-body experience. In science or in physics, mathematicians, some are thinking that there might be 7 dimensions that we can explore. Some say that they've discovered that there are 11 dimensions that we can explore. And I think that all this points to that the universe is far more vast than we know. And as a human race, as far as we know, we still have so much to discover, and our everyday, ordinary thinking mind is still so limited. And the danger here is that you might take on the beliefs of someone else, and all of us have growing up, but now in your out-of-body experience and lucid dreaming exploration, you might take on some new beliefs from scientists who are currently studying it, or from other people who've had out-of-body experiences, and they tell you what they've seen, and they might say that this is all there is. For example, with lucid dreaming, some scientists will say that the lucid dreaming stops in the brain, that is a brain phenomena. And that indeed anything that sounds like a lucid dream that some people call the out-of-body experience, they say that's just a dream state. You're calling it out-of-body like you're in some other dimension, but you're really just in your own brain. And that's the scientific point of view that many people take. And of course, they're able to measure the REM stage and compare that to what's happening in lucid dream. So their instruments stop there. That's as far as they can measure. The out-of-body experience state, though, doesn't happen in the REM stage, or it doesn't only happen in the REM stage. There's still so much to learn about it. So for a scientist to say that no, there's no out-of-body experience because we can't measure those experiences or we can't really go into those realms, it's like trying to capture a flea with a butterfly net. The equipment just doesn't work. Even in the realm of telekinesis or mind over matter, scientists are able to do those kinds of experiments today, but what they're measuring are the results, that something is being affected, but they still can't measure or find what the mechanism is, what's moving those particles or what's moving that object. We still don't have the equipment, we still don't have the knowledge. So as you go out there and try and experience new things, remember what people have said or what people have laid out for you might not be all there is, and you try and keep an open mind. In the realm of the out-of-body experience, there's also the notion of the silver cord. And for some people, they report the silver cord comes out the back of the head. Some people report it comes out the middle of the back. Others say it comes out of the heart. From my experience being out of the body, I've never experienced a silver cord myself. And I've known other people who also have never experienced a silver cord. Could it be that people are experiencing the silver cord because they've heard about it from other sources, and then they incorporated that in their mental experience of the out-of-body travel experience? And so that's something really interesting. In the realm of dreaming, lucid dreaming, and the out-of-body experience, it's not just a completely objective experience, of course. Our mind brings a lot of our own baggage into the experience frequently. So we can bring in our own experiences or our own beliefs into our experience that way too. So that's something to be aware of. Perhaps most importantly, we should talk about fear. Fear is the biggest blocker to experiencing lucid dreaming and the out-of-body experience. If you're afraid of something coming after you, or afraid that you won't be able to come back to your body, if you're afraid that you'll get hurt, you're really not going to have the experience, because some part of you is going to protect you and keep you from having that experience. And where do we learn fear? From other people. And there are too many people on the internet and in other books that are people who maybe they haven't even had an out-of-body experience, but they have these belief systems that they're trying to press upon you that involve fear. And I really urge you, do not look at those videos, do not read those books, do not listen to those people. As you go out on your own, you're going to find out that this is a completely safe thing to do. And if you have a positive mindset and a good heart, you will not be harmed. And you might encounter situations that seem difficult or challenging. You might take the attitude that you're experiencing that for a reason, and the reason might be for you to grow and to become a stronger being and to experience new things and overcome challenges that you haven't been able to overcome in the past. And I think that's a really good attitude to take when you go out into the unknown. But please stay away from the fearful material, because that gets into your subconscious mind. It may be a massive blockage to any of your progress. So just remember that you are an eternal being, that you are a non-physical consciousness having a physical experience right now. But the universe is so grand, and there's so many things that many of us don't know. And even though traditions are trying to do their best to pass on their knowledge to the next generation, at the same time it's so limiting, because it tells us you can only look in this direction and there's nothing else. When the truth is there's so many other things that we can see. And maybe there are things that you'll discover that nobody else ever has. And that's the great opportunity of doing these kinds of exercises, discovering something new and making your life even bigger and discover new meaning for yourself.